Okay, gentlemen, we're really excited to firstly have you join me. Thank you very, very much. For all of us who've been at golf events and any other sporting event, we know sponsorship is a big deal. But most of all is participation. And participation in a league comes from all of people like you who own teams. So for me, firstly, not only is it a privilege to be talking to you, we want to reflect a little bit on 2 years down the line what this Chandigarh Golf League has been like for each one of you. And most important, in terms of what you all would like to see happen in the years to come. So just so that everybody understands it, that's the Gladiators, this is Empire, and this is Captain's 18. So we go closest to me, this is your year 2. I'm sure you heard about this before it got here, but last year when you got started, what were your first thoughts when you played the first rounds of golf?
Brandon, thanks a lot for calling us here, and it's a pleasure, being associated with you. And I think this league has given a hype to Chandigarh. It's given an identity to the Chandigarh Golf Club. And I think the club members like maximum participation, so there's a huge amount of excitement. And I think, this league has brought us all together with the fighting spirit of participating and trying to give it our best.
Fighting spirit in many ways, okay. And just moving ahead, as a brand Empire, when you said, okay, I don't mind buying a team, what went through your head that said, yeah, let's do it?
I was just sitting in my hometown and Dr. Agnish called me. There's a league is going to be start. Will you be interested? I said, why not? That's a good thing. Let's get together and join together and let's go ahead with the team.
But
and
what
we
about
start.
from the brand perspective? What sort of
Brand is my very old brand. It's about 78 years old. Brand was established by my father.
Right.
And it's carried over by me for 44 years.
Wow.
Then I sold my company. Then again re-established in 2022.
Okay.
So I made this company as a landmark starting from 2022. As long as the league is keep going on, we'll be with them.
Okay, sounds good. And Karan, you of course involved with other sporting disciplines, but golf without being a player, I've seen somebody like you really get under the skin of this one. What was the motivation for you?
I think, Brandon, you remember it was you and the president who caught hold of me one day in the club and told me that, you guys are starting with the league. And of course, I've been part of IPL, I've been part of CCL, ICL also initially. So I co-own a team in CCL also, that's a celebrity cricket league. And then of course, but I think I'm having the most fun here because firstly, all our friends here, and it's a city-based league. So, and somehow I've just developed that love for the sport, which I think probably I was missing on for many years. And all my past experiences of ICL, IPL, everything helped me to put up, whatever I could do for this league and for my team.
Okay. Okay. So Doc, just going back to you for a second, you've been, I'm guess, one of the ones behind selection of Team Empire.
Yes.
And
yes.
the kind of strategy that, what went through your mind? How was it, were you taking what back to Anil and saying,
Yes.
Chalo, we're doing this time?
When the idea of being participation, me and Anil go 20 years back. He's 13 years elder to me.
Okay.
But we are like buddies. Like I have full respect for him. I give him thought process. But where it comes to advice, we are one on one. And being a youngster, he does take my inputs, whatever I give him.
Youngster, all right.
And the whole thing first, when the league started, we thought how to make a team. That was very important. But my thought process about the team was, I didn't want to look at the handicaps. I wanted to look who can be good team players and who can gel with us and enjoy this moment. So my whole concept of making a team was, besides his handicap, I want to see his match temperament and is he a team player and how does he get along. That was my thought process and I'm still following it. When I select players for my team, no matter he may be a 3-4 handicap, but if he doesn't show good temperament and a good team player, that's a big no for.
I got to ask you, doctor, what are you a doctor of?
You're
a psychiatrist, are you?
I'm a dentist. But I meet a lot of people, like from a youngster to elder. Everybody have emotions, and you know how well you handle those emotions, and that's what I talk to my team players. End of the day, it's a golf game. Give your best shot, but enjoy and be part of our family.
Wow.
That's my.
Well, I'm enjoying going to be talking to the league now because he and I go back many years. Sandeep, you've seen this club evolve. What has been some of the good things and stuff that you would love to see go back to the good old days?
Brandon, first of all, I mean, I've known Karan for a while, and Karan, I'd love to see him play golf. So
Absolutely.
he's quite kind of, the way he's involved with this team. I wish he'd be playing with me. It'll be a pleasure playing with him. And I think as far as the club goes, last league when we started last year, it seemed more of a fun friends playing together. This year it's a little more competitive. People are more wary, and it's become a little more competitive. But yes, club, I think where we are lacking is a system in handicapping, and no qualms in saying it.
Correct.
Right.
We need to, exercise our right and ensure that people are playing on fair handicapping. And I think it's called a gentleman's sport, and it must be played like a gentleman's sport.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think, Brandon, when I used to play with you, you were a pro. I remember, as gentlemen, and we were amateurs playing with you guys as pros, and it was always fun. So when you play with etiquette, and I mean, we send our children to learn mannerism here. And if
Absolutely.
we are going out of that domain, I think this league is going to get hurt.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't like that to happen. I would like this league to go a long way, and this club to be associated with it a long way.
Well, that's a bit of a warning. I hope people are going to listen to. Sonal, just going back to your thoughts. IPL you can buy a team, but you can't ever go onto the field.
Yep.
You can entertain around it.
Yep.
Golf is the only time in this kind of format, and that's why I think it's called Fire Pan India. You actually get to play if you're a player.
Right.
And I think that's why he's pushing at you, Karan. But even otherwise, tell me a little bit of the background. Like, for instance, your choice of clothing and what you decided to give your team. I'm going to come to him in a minute, but coming back to you, what did you decide that, okay, as Empire, you'd like to do what all for your team? How did that happen at all?
See, in my whole life of my history in my industry, I used to always make the rules,
Right.
and people used to follow me. I'm in the packaging line, in and around, there were 1,600 competitors to me. I never looked at them. They used to follow me. So whenever we decide and do something, we think that we should do something which is different, and we should be so that the people should follow. The next year, I don't use that. If somebody follows it, I leave that lane and create another lane.
So what have you all done actually in terms of for the team? I know your shirt, the color's beautiful, but what else have you done for the team? Have you looked at giving them golf balls? Have you looked at bags? Have you looked at anything at all?
I hope you are not asking.
I'm coming
us-
to get to him finally.
Only why I'm interfering is, Brandon, I didn't want to be like a politician stopping everything. I hope you don't have the IT guys running behind
No, no. Very small contribution. I tell you what, the reason I'm asking you this, an amateur golfer and a professional golfer, there's no grey line.
Yeah.
It's black and white. As an amateur, there are certain things you just cannot accept and cannot do. What I'm loving about this league is, it's got nothing to do with you receiving this as being an emolument. This is being done so to make everybody as a feel good. So it could be a pair of spectacles, it could be a watch on your hand, it could be a new club in your bag, it could be clothing. This is the one time when I'm telling people you can go mad and nobody can question. And I love that part of it. When we were young amateurs wanting to go out and play, nobody could even back us officially because you couldn't carry that brand.
Right.
But as a pro, once you did it and I did it, I loved it because I could proudly carry Air India or carry ITC. Going back to this one, and I'm going to enjoy hearing Karan's pitch as to how he did it. I was just wondering, Karan, what was the pitch you took to people? Was it just on friendship and a favor, or did you show them value? And I mean this as a serious question.
No, I'll be very honest. As everybody's done their bit for their teams. Firstly, as an owner, what I understood was that this sport is played by all friends and people from different walks of life. Nobody is here, everybody's here for basically fun. And they're all going to put in a lot of time to play for a team.
Sure.
Right? And so they must be having the feeling of pride playing for a XYZ team. And how can you make them feel that, okay, maybe we are happy, or maybe we are being rewarded in a way in terms of our effort is being recognized. So that is what, and I also felt with the sponsors because nothing starts without a relationship. Of course, you got to have a relationship with somebody to have a conversation, more or less. And of course, the brand also, what I feel is like whoever I spoke to, nobody's going to put in their money just out of friendship with me. It's like they'll say, if you need something for your foundation or something, we'll do it. Right? But here I was trying to tell them that this is a league wherein you have the right kind of people who are playing, the right kind of team owners. You have senior former ministers like Randeep Bhaiya, senior doctors, senior entrepreneurs. So here is a perfect, I would say, platform for all these brands to come and showcase. Like how you did, you got Havel, you got other brands. So what I'm saying is, I think it's just about you got to pitch it right. And always I tell all my team owners that look for a formula which should work win-win for the brand also. We shouldn't be just looking at something which makes a win-win for us.
Right.
Because it has to be a perfect marriage. You can probably, I would say, make a fool of a brand for 1 year. So all the brands who were there with me last year are there this year
They
also.
repeated, yeah, that's great.
So you got to show them value. Otherwise, out of friendship or relationship, they'll just do it once.
Right.
So I'm very thankful to all my sponsors, right from Adidas, Mercedes to somebody like Tynor, Sonalika, who are like a homegrown brand. That everybody showed faith in the team, and showed faith in whatever value I was giving them. And I hope this continues. And I'm happy that everybody, each team is growing with the number of brands.
Well, I know the city is very happy with all the parties you're throwing. So let's keep that up. Pradeep, just going back to you, my friend. Captain's 18. I know it's a mix of a different bunch of guys. A lot of them have been very old friends, and then, people like Sweetie Bra and all again go back 20, 30 years. What happens at a team meeting? How do you all conduct one of those? I don't know any secrets of strategy, but just generally, is it you sit down and
He's
say,
the captain of the captain's 18.
That's what I mean. I need to ask him this.
I think it's a blend of mixing up your play, and I think I'm grateful to all my team members of Captain's 18 who've given me that right and authority to take the decision. And I think, you asked Karan, when you, as a sports person, I was a national champion for 1991 automobile racing.
Right.
And I've been a national shooter, a national swimmer. So I think when you spoil your team members and pamper them, they feel privileged and a part of that team. They won't try and give them the best.
Right.
So I think this is a part of that sport. Like the same practices involved in IPL or hockey leagues or kabaddi. And I think, and as far as my captain 18 is concerned, last year we lost in the semi-finals. Fairly well, captain 18 is doing
You're doing
well.
okay, sure.
We are number one right now. So let's go all the way, and I'm grateful to all my team members. They participate, and they give me the right to, make the pairings, and they go along
you
with
decide
it.
that, okay.
So that's fine with them, and I think I'm privileged and honored that they take my advice.
Well,
Bhaiya, till your next match, I'm number one on the board.
let's not get physical.
1.5 points temporary. Keep
Gentlemen,
the holiday on.
no, Anil, on a
That's
serious
something,
note,
till your next match.
this is a really, a lot of people tell me that, on the golf course, business is done. Relationships I know start. I don't know how much business gets done. You, in the line that you are as a doctor, do you feel that golf has been good for you? And I'd like both of you to separately answer me. Do you find that being part of this club and this golf and being part of this whole sport has made a difference to you for these last 70 odd years as a family, as well as since 2022 since you've restarted?
See, this Empire 2022 is the foundation. I put
Right.
the foundation. I would like that should carry on with that, and the next generation or the new people come and start this doing it. So everybody is involved in my team. We make decisions collectively and come out with that.
Nice, nice.
So with this being after my retirement, now I'm just retired 2 years ago.
You're loving coming back.
Yeah, loving coming back to India and do something creative and getting myself involved into that.
Thanks, 2 years ago. Doc, do you have a lot of patience for golfers?
Yes.
So do you recognize them when their mouths are closed? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'll tell you how the golf started. Say 20 years back, I treated Sir Milkha Singh. He came for his dentures to me.
Wow.
And that's how my story began. I treated Jeeves, I treated Arina Barar, Harmeet Kalu.
Top players.
That's
Very
how
nice, very
my
nice.
journey to golf started in 2000. And that's the time they said, Doc, why don't you play golf? That was 20 years back. And that's how my journey of golf started. And our golf club is my second home right now.
I think for many first home. I don't wonder why they ever go back.
And I thank my and thank my family for it. So for everything they know it. golf is my passion.
Been a connector.
And nobody calls me on a golf course until it's not urgent. And I want to do things good for this club and give it back. It's given me so much. Like, this is my retirement home out here, I can say that. And for the game of golf, whatever I can contribute, I'll do my best.
So I'm going to him for my consultation now. So what Sir Milkha Singh did to you, I think you can motivate
I
me
made his
now.
dentures. I still remember, I feel honored. I made dentures for him, Mr. and Mrs. Milkha Singh. They used to,
Lovely, lovely. Greatest couple I know. Okay, one last time. Favorite course in the world?
I played Glen Almby at Toronto. It was awesome. And,
One course, Glen Alby.
Yeah, awesome.
You lived where all this?
Brighton
Brighton.
in
On the
Australia.
ocean.
Yeah, it's on the beach.
Yeah. Any golf course that you remember? Not really.
Not really.
You?
I can say KGA Bangalore. I find that golf course, everything good about it. Going to KG and playing, the whole ambience and everything.
You?
Chandigarh Golf Club.
Thank Lord. I was just going to say, if I didn't hear it, I would have been
I
really,
know,
really
good,
upset.
but honestly.
No. I like the honesty from all of you, but I was just going to say that it's nice that one day I hope you're all going to be able to say this was the club. Favorite player, which you know the best? Man or woman, doesn't matter.
Jeev.
Jeez.
Shubhankar Sharma.
Shubhankar.
Gee,
Gee.
You asked me, I play like Sergio Garcia.
Sergio, okay. Well, Steve and all be proud. I know he's been a great ambassador for Indian golf. Anyway, folks, I really appreciate you guys making time. We need your guys to keep supporting it. Last year when this league was finishing, everybody asked me how many teams would drop out. I said, and normally what I've seen in the other cities, 4 to 6. This is the first city take a bow. Not a single team dropped out. It's when we only had place for one more. So the positivity is showing. I just want the competition to not overtake what is the good bonhomie, the pleasure of being at an event like this. Yes, one team will win, but that will be forgotten soon after. Come out and as teams enjoy yourself. Till then, I had only one little thing to say. I'm not a marketer, but I just want to say it. If you're buying for your house, for your factory, for your industry, please buy Lloyd's Havel. If you're driving a car, please drive a BMW. If you need anybody to handle your wealth, it's Incred Wealth. For anything in terms of medical, please go to Alchemist. And for God's sake, let the Grant Thornton audit your stuff. And if you're buying a property, try it in Panchkula. Thanks very much. I've covered
just
my
one-
sponsors.
just-
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pleasure.